Get some audio here. Welcome as I call to order the Tuesday, May 16th, 2023 regular City Council meeting. The time is 6 p.m. Rise with me as I offer the invocation. Lead the pledge, please. Our Heavenly Father, bless us as we consider the agenda in front of us tonight. Give us the wisdom to act with compassion and vision for what is best for the community. Bless and watch over our public safety officers and the community they serve. Bless our outgoing council member tonight and our new council member as she joins us today. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. This time we'll turn the time over to City Secretary for roll call and certification of quorum.
Thank you. Mayor Scott Bradley.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Elizabeth Abraham.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Janae Butler. Councilmember Jennifer Berthia.
Here.
Councilmember Andrew Chase.
Here.
Councilmember Ken Altman.
Here.
Councilmember Sarah Fincannon.
I'm here.
Mayor, I certify a quorum is present.
Thank you, Susie. I did make some adjustments to the order of the agenda tonight. We're going to work through the presentations and canvassing the election and swearing in of the officers. And then we're going to do a presentation for our outgoing council member, Ms. Fincannon. And then we're going to do a short recess in celebration of Sarah and for all the others who are elected. And then we'll move on to regular schedule meeting after that reception. All right. With that, I'm going to move on to public comments. This is the time we set aside on the agenda to allow residents to address council on an item not on the agenda this evening. I do have two public comment forms. The first one I have is Victoria Manuel. Victoria, you here tonight?
Yes.
Come on up.
Right here? No.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me your name and address for the record, please.
Okay, my name is Victoria Manuel, and my address is 412 Crepe Myrtle Lane, Murphy, Texas.
Go ahead.
Okay. I am a resident of Murphy, Texas, and I'm a new business owner of Cinnaholic Murphy. And Greg Singleton came in a couple of weeks ago and told me this is a way for me to get my business out to the public. And I just wanted to come talk about my business a little bit. We are a vegan cinnamon roll dessert restaurant, and we are newly, we just opened November 11th, and I just wanted to let people know that we're here trying to get the word out that we are around. A lot of people have asked us to open our doors a little bit earlier. We originally opened it at 10. So as of the 8th, we started to open at 5:30 in the morning just to get a feel to see what hours we need to open to serve the community. Okay, and again, we're a vegan cinnamon roll dessert place where you can customize your rolls. I feel like it's a great place, especially for people who are vegan and for kids with dairy allergies and egg allergies. And we would like for you to come.
And where are you located?
We're located here 102 North Murphy Road, over here next to Sweetwater in Murphy, Texas.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Standing. All right. I do like cinnamons. All right, moving on to, we have Stacy Clemmer. Is Stacy here tonight? Stacy's not here tonight. Stacy wanted to come in. This is the second time we received this. She was wanting to come in and encourage the city to have pickleball board. So we'll see if she comes. Court. It says board. It says board. I don't know. But a court, I don't know.
Isn't that what a pickleball board?
You good, Taylor? All right. All right, with that, is there anyone else who would like to address council on an item not on the agenda this evening? Seeing none, we will move on. The next two items are presentations. We've got two proclamations for the Gold Awards, Prisha James and Rabia Saeed. I have asked Jennifer Berthium to do these presentations for us tonight. And Prisha Jain and Rabia Saeed, if you guys will come down.
Oh, hello. So, Prisha, I'm going to go ahead with your proclamation first. Whereas Prisha Jain has been a Girl Scout for 4 years and is a member of the local Girl Scout Troop 6551, and whereas she will graduate in 2023 from Plano East Senior High School, and whereas the Girl Scout Gold Award represents the highest achievement a Girl Scout can earn, it recognizes girls in grades 10 through 12 who demonstrate extraordinary leadership through sustainable and measurable community action projects. And whereas Prisha followed the Girl Scout Gold Award steps and standards of excellence, and whereas Miss Jane chose as her project, you guys are going to love this, how well can you map the 50 U.S. states to create a game of fun facts, cultural perspectives, economic opportunities, and key landmarks about each state. And whereas her map game will be used by Montclair Elementary School in Garland to teach more students about the U.S. states in a non-traditional way, and paint was donated to keep the map updated. And now, therefore, I, Jennifer Berthium, on behalf of Scott Bradley, Mayor of the City of Murphy, do hereby recognize your civic responsibility and the lasting impact you have made with the community on this 16th day of May 2023.
I thought you would like that one.
I mean, I love it. I'm a geographer. So it's fabulous. And this is your geography. Stay up here. All right, Rabia. Whereas Rabia Saeed has been a Girl Scout for 7 years and is a member of the local Girl Scout Troop 3326, and whereas she will graduate in 2023 from Brighter Horizons Academy, and whereas the I promise I'll get this right, Girl Scout Gold Award represents the highest achievement a Girl Scout can earn and recognizes girls in grades 10 through 12 who demonstrate extraordinary leadership through sustainable and measurable community action projects. And whereas Rabia followed the Girl Scout Gold Award steps and standards of excellence, and whereas Ms. Saeed chose as her project raising awareness about physical health opportunities to refugees in DFW to educate refugees on healthcare opportunities by overcoming language barriers through partnering with ICNA Relief Clinic, and whereas her online English, Spanish, and Arabic videos produced to provide helpful and valuable information, along with healthcare resources, have been posted to both YouTube and the ICNA Relief website. Now, therefore, I, Jennifer Berthium, on behalf of Scott Bradley, Mayor of the City of Murphy, do hereby recognize your civic responsibility and the lasting impact you have made with the community on this, the 16th day of May, 2023. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you both.
The Gold Awards are one of my favorite things to celebrate. I look forward to getting the notifications every year. Both my daughters were Gold Award recipients. I know the amount of effort and time that goes in from the girls and their family. It is a fantastic achievement, and it really goes to show the strength and the leadership that the ladies in our community are bringing. So thank you very much. All right, moving on, we have item 5C, Proclamation for Police Week.
It's very Price right of me. Price is right. Come on, Dan.
Sarah being surrounded by police officers. Not an unusual thing.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Come on now. My children in the audience. They'll tell you some stories. All right. So, whereas in every American community, law enforcement officers are committed to the preservation of life and property, risking their lives to protect us from all who would mock the law, providing protection, law, in order and serving the cause of justice, and whereas law enforcement officers, including members of the Murphy Police Department, accept a profound responsibility and work to uphold our laws, safeguard our rights and freedoms, and serve on the front lines in the fight against crime and terrorism, and whereas we honor the heroism of all our law enforcement officers, especially those who have given their lives so that others might live, asking God's blessing for the families and friends they left behind. And whereas, by joint resolution approved October 1st, 1962, as amended, Congress authorized President Kennedy to proclaim May 15th of each year Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of the local, state, and federal officers who have been killed or disabled in the line of duty, further designating the calendar week in which May 15th falls, Police Week, and has directed flags to be flown at half-staff on Police Officers Memorial Day. And whereas, across the nation, Police Week is observed with ceremonies including the hanging of blue bows or ribbon in honor of law enforcement officers who have sacrificed their lives in the line of duty, and to honor those who still strive to keep us safe. Now, therefore, I, Seraphin Cannon, on behalf of Scott Bradley, Mayor of the City of Murphy, do hereby declare May 14th through 20th, 2023 as Police Week in the City of Murphy, Texas, and hereby publicly salute the service of law enforcement officers in our community. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Guess they already got pictures. Oh, one more. Perfect. Thank you. Good to see you as well. Thank you, guys.
All right. We're going to move on to item 6, canvassing May 6, 2023, general and special election. Item A, consider an act upon approval of ordinance number 23-05-1312, canvassing and declaring the election results of the May 6, 2023, general and special election. Susie.
Thank you, Mayor. The votes stand as they were presented in the ordinance and also on the unofficial. They did not change. And for the record, Proposition A received 951 votes for, 277 votes against, and so we will have the street repair quarter-cent sales tax for another 4 years.
Great. Great. With that, I'll take a motion.
I move to approve ordinance number 23-05-1312 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item B, consider and act upon approval of ordinance number 23-05-1312, canvassing and declaring the election results of May 6th.
For some reason, the mayor, that got on there twice.
Yeah, it was just was odd. All right, moving on to 6C, oaths of office. Susie.
Mayor, you will follow me.
Just take the whole thing.
Okay, there we go. Stand right here. If you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name,
I, Scott Bradley,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of mayor
of the office of mayor
for the city of Murphy,
for the city of Murphy,
for the state of Texas,
for the state of Texas,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Murphy City Charter
the Murphy City Charter
and the Texas Constitution,
and the Texas Constitution,
the laws of the United States
the laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'll sign this.
Thank you.
Councilmember Chase, your hand on the Bible, or do you want to just raise your hand? You can do either way.
We'll do it this way.
Anita can
How's
hold
that?
it for you.
Okay.
Anita can hold it for you.
She's video.
Anita, do you want me to video?
Okay. If you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Andrew Chase,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
just do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office,
the duties of the office,
Council Member Place 3,
Council Member, Place 3,
for the City of Murphy,
for the City of Murphy,
the State of Texas,
State of Texas,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Murphy City Charter
the City Charter
and the Texas Constitution,
and the Texas Constitution,
the laws of the United States
the laws of the United States,
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations. If you'll sign this.
Right there, okay. All right. Okay.
Derek, you can get as close as you want.
Okay, if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name,
I, Laura Deal,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Council Member Place 5
of Council Member, Place 5,
for the City of Murphy,
for the City of Murphy,
the State of Texas,
the State of Texas,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Murphy City Charter
the Murphy City Charter
and Texas Constitution
and Texas Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and this state.
and this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Sign there.
This is your certificate to keep. Thank you.
Laura?
You have a new seat.
Yes. We're done with that.
You can-
Yeah, we're going to skip that. Yep. Right. Okay, we're going to move on to item 5D, which is a presentation of plaque for outgoing City Council member Sarah Fincannon. Sarah, meet me down front, please.
You have to bring those flowers, too. No.
It's like, that was normal.
Sarah and I have been on council for a very long time together.
It's been 9 years. You've been on council way longer than that.
Yeah. I have. Let's not talk about how old we've gotten on council. Our kids were little when we started. Your kids are taller than I am now. Jennifer has been one of those individuals who really has been.
Yes, I have been.
Yeah, are we doing this?
Huh?
I have been, too. You said Jennifer.
You said Jennifer.
You said Sarah.
No, you didn't.
Sarah, Jen.
Sarah, will you not miss this?
I have this thing where I can never get names right, ever. So if I hadn't screwed up your name on this event,
That is crazy.
then you would have never, you wouldn't have loved me.
Yes, chef's kiss on that.
You wouldn't have loved me. All right. Sarah has been a feature on council, and she's always been an individual who would participate in debates and conversations. She's not someone who I ever would consider a head nodder, right? And if you'll look up and you'll look at, when you're trying to make a decision, trying to have a debate, trying to have an argument, trying to do what's best for the community, having individuals who are sitting on the dais, who are really considering what's in front of them, who are listening to the details, challenging preconceived ideas, making easy conversations hard. Sarah was always good at trying to do that. And she brought value to us, to the council, to me, within this role. And so I really appreciate everything you've done over the last 9 years. It has been a wonderful time serving with you, and I really wish you best of luck. We do have a plaque for you and your name tag. Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah
This
Fincannon.
does have my correct name.
To Sarah Fincannon, council member, place 5, 2014 through 2023. She was deputy mayor pro tem 2017 through 2021. In appreciation for your exemplary service to the city of Murphy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Now go sit down.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good Lord. All right. What we are going to do now is we are going to take a short recess, about 15 minutes. There's cake and refreshments out front to celebrate Sarah's service on council and the new council members and re-elected council members. Time is 6:21. City Council will resume into regular session. The time is 6:37. All right. We're going to go on to item 5E, presentation of water loss update. Did I catch you off guard, Tim?
No, sir.
Didn't know where I was going to put it, did you?
But you're shifting a little bit on me.
Running
Yes.
around.
So good evening, Mayor and Council. Here to provide you this month's update. So we found 4 leaks in the month of May. 3 of those have been repaired. They were repaired in May. That's why they're not showing here in April, because this is the April report. So there were no repairs actually made in April. We have, of the 3, we have 6 more that we still have to repair. So we do have some leaks on the books to get done. Meter replacement, there's about 14 for the month. The majority of that is there was a handful of Neptune meters that didn't work, so I've got to send them back, warranty. So we're boxing them up and sending them back. For whatever reason, they're not working. But the 9 remaining are the 2-inch meters that we're scheduling with businesses. It's just a slow process to get the time, and sometimes we have to do that like 2 in the morning to take care of those businesses. And we still have 1 4-inch meter. We're waiting on a part so we can plug it in instead of ripping the whole box out and replumbing. So on the water study, I just received this last week. It's under review. I had a few questions back out to the engineer. With that, we have a main isolation project that's coming your way, but we're talking about the pilot project right now. The EOPC is right at $30,000. I expect that to come in slightly less, but that's because I'm purchasing the meter. I'm going to purchase the box that we set the meter in and the materials, so it'll only be the biggest cost is going to be installation, of course. And that's on Gene Autry, so down Ranch Gable area. The lead time for the meter, I've already purchased it last month, so the lead time is 6 months. That'd be October. So I anticipate having the first one in sometime by the end of November. We had mentioned previously 15 segments. The study reflects 13 segments. We can use a couple of our existing mag meters to isolate. So we're down to about 12 meters that we have to purchase. One's already purchased. This is the cap. We're still trending underneath the major cap from last year where the increase was. Here's the chart. As you can see, we closed in a little bit. The gray line, based on the color, is closer to the top, and that's because the meters we fixed this month is reflected in the last 100 days, so it goes back into the months. That's why that line went up. And you can see our non-revenue is at 27%. Based on the leaks that we found, it's right at 13% for the month. And this reflects last year's months, December to April. The biggest thing about this is that last year at this time, that was all census, the orange line. The blue line is Neptune predominantly, except for those 9 meters I was talking about. And as you can see, we're still underneath that, and that could be due to the meter accuracy, putting in the new meters like we did. So I need more information to see exactly what that's going to be, and you'll see this every month.
One thing that I really did kind of notice is, and the reason I wanted the 13-month, right, rolling, is that you can absolutely see there's a monthly trend, right? So in March, they were both in the high 40s, right? And so go back to your last slide. February, right? This peaking happening here is very consistent year over year based on the month it's happening. I don't know how to read into that, but it's something that I was looking at when I was looking at past data, and this graph here really represents that in a very very keen way.
Yes.
So just another clue that we should be looking at. There's something that's really kind of driving that. Some process is driving that.
So I've been wondering, granted, I don't think that we have a whole lot of this in this city on an annual basis that would account for this as the total reason. But it occurs to me that our November, December, February being our water and sewer averaging months. And so we usually tell people, and I as a councilwoman tell a lot of people, do not refill your pool until March. That does not account for this. This is a large amount.
Yeah.
And this would be all of us filling our pools at that time, and starting irrigation and starting all kinds of other things. I agree. It's a very funny trend that we've now seen over the past couple of years as we keep seeing this rolling average that really indicates that.
Yeah, and you don't see leaks,
but you don't see it continue.
Yeah, well, leaks would it'd be random.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
The way it is now, this trend line. If you were to take this back, 2022 versus 2023, all the way back, or 2021, you're going to see this exact same. Every month, it's the same kind of an adjustment on each month. I don't know what process happens within there that would cause that, but it's certainly key.
I'm seeing it on my own consumption too.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, and one of the questions I got out based on the water study coming in is that difference between what North Texas and our mag meters are reporting versus our retail meters, because I want to know if my pumps are overworking or not. And that's one of the things I haven't got the answer back to that I'm working on.
I got you.
Tim, can you go back one slide?
Yes, sir.
So some of the stuff just sometimes confuses me a little bit, so I apologize, council. So shouldn't one of these lines always be the highest? So like the blue line is what we get billed from the North Texas Municipal Water District, right? And then the gray line is total consumption. Shouldn't one always be higher than the other one?
Yes, sir. So what is happening here is the gray line, the issue with the gray line being a little bit above the North Texas line, is that's based on our estimates for water loss. So that line's is probably closer to that number, but based on the calculations of the water loss, that's where it puts that at that time. As you can see, everything else is underneath based on the estimate for the water loss.
Wouldn't that be an error then? Because our estimate for water loss shouldn't be any higher than what we're being billed from North Texas Municipal
The
Water District.
We're talking about of the leaks. So when we're calculating water loss for the leaks, we don't calculate it until we pull out the service line. Service line has a certain size leak in it, whether it's and it goes by diameter size leak, whether it's an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, or larger. And we've had 3/4 inch leaks. Based on that and the pressures, using the formula, the standard formula for those leaks, could sometimes estimate that. And that's part of that going back 100 days.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you that gray line is it's not a physical number, and I agree it should never be above the blue. I understand what you're doing because you're being prospectively looking at estimates for leaks, and you're pumping that number in. But obviously, you can't use more than you pull.
Yeah.
Right, for that month. The two lines that I really look at is Bill versus North Texas, the orange and blue.
Okay.
The gray, is just a representation of whether staff thinks they know where the water went or thinks they don't know where the water went.
That's all the gray is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, but yep.
The focus is going back to what the mayor said, is the blue line and the orange line, they're going to be similar in pattern as they peak and drop off, because depending on the time of the year, it looks similar throughout. And if you went back further, you'd see that too.
Yep.
And that's all I had, unless you have any other questions I can answer.
Any questions for Tim? All right,
Thank you.
you. All right, we're moving on to item 7, city manager staff reports.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of council, not too many announcements tonight. First, Tunes, Tales, and Nails this Saturday, May 20th, from 1 p.m. until 8 p.m., so that's right around the corner. We're having our staff briefings. We had one today. We'll probably have a few more before the event to discuss safety, to discuss event protocol. A lot goes into these staff meetings in advance, especially now in light of recent events. So security and safety is always a concern, and we do brief that up a lot before the event. Right around the corner, Sounds at Sundown. That's every Friday evening, beginning on June 2nd through the month of June. Those come up. So we have 5 of those this year. And all of that information is on our website. I looked at it this afternoon. Some of the band names are a little unusual. But again, so we've got Sounds at Sundown right around the corner. And that's really what we've got for the next several weeks, Mayor.
All right.
Subject to any questions from City Council at this time. Thank you.
All right, we're going to run through individual considerations. There will not be an exec tonight. Item 8A, consider and or act on May 2nd, 2023 work session and regular council meeting minutes. If there's no questions, I'll take a motion.
Mayor, I move that we approve the May 2nd, 2023 council minutes.
Second.
I have a motion second. All's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. 8B, consider and or act on resolution 23-R-1058, authorizing city manager to negotiate and execute a contract for $63,400 with Crawford and Associates for controller assistance. Bernie.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This request is for professional services that are going to be needed for just department continuity while we have a vacancy and they're searching for that to fill the finance director position. So Crawford and Associates has extensive experience in local government as well as with the city. They've been here for 3 years helping with the year-end audit as well as the last vacancy with controller. They helped fill in that gap. So their focus again is going to be in the controller area so that they can help with just not getting behind as we don't know the vacancy length of time. So the contract that they estimated is for just 16 to 24 hours a week, and they also included travel, so that there may be 2 days a week that they're on site just because there's we're not sure exactly the area that they may be helping and assisting with when it comes to the audit. And so that's the reason why the total ends up being at the 63.4 level. But we only spend for the hours that they use. And they've been really good when they're on site. If they're working on another city, we're not charged. So even if they are on site and there's nothing that they're busy with for us, then there's not an hourly charge. So each contract recently has always been under the estimate, which I anticipate to be the same for this as well. But we just wanted to include it. The contract actually would expire on September 15th prior to going into the September 30 audit. So there could be an additional contract later if they'd assist us again with capital projects and that type of information.
Well, hopefully we've hired a new
Yes,
finance
yes.
director by then. All right, any questions? No. I'll take a motion.
Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number 23-R-1058, authorizing the city manager to negotiate and execute a contract for $63,400 with Crawford and Associates for controller assistance.
Second.
I have a motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item C, consider and/or act to approve resolution number 23-R-1059, authorizing the city manager to negotiate into a statement of work attached to our Civic Plus Master Service Agreement, Texas Murphy MSA 09192018, for the purchase of C-Click Fix Pro to replace the current 311 CRM system. Taylor, is that enough acronyms and
Sorry
numbers and
about
letters?
that. Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. Again, this item is for the C-Click Fix. Just for a bit of background, this came out of the strategic planning session y'all did back in March, where you identified 5 key focus areas, one of which was community engagement. And under community engagement, you established 2 goals that pertain to technology, one of which was to develop a smartphone application, the other of which was to improve the incident tracking system. As you know, our smartphone application was end-of-lifed by the provider, and so we need a new one. And our incident tracking system could use a refresh. And so C-Click Fix satisfies both of those. Awesome. C-Click Fix is owned by the same people who make our website, so it integrates directly with our website, and it also integrates directly with our work order asset management. Work is done, so it's a really clear transition for our field workers to be able to respond right through what they're doing back to the citizens. So it should improve communication all the way around. Also, it integrates directly with ArcGIS, which is our mapping, and it does asset management, which gives us really good location-based reporting and dashboards that we can use as part of this, which I find interesting. And then finally, it does come with a customizable and brandable mobile app. And the mobile app does allow us to have a home page, similar to what we had before, where we can post any content we want, links to relevant things. And we have much more control over this one than we did over our previous one to update it ongoing. Plus, it has a really nice interface for our citizens to interface with the 311 aspect of it to submit incidents from their phones.
Very good.
All right. If you wanted an example, Farmers Branch uses the same one. They have a customized one you could check out. It does work on all Apple and Android smartphone devices. Again, this is for to add a scope of work to our existing agreement for $17,000 in the current budget year. If you approve this item, there is a budget amendment that Charbel will present soon. And if you will recall, I did also put in a supplemental to have this included in next year's budget last week, just for all of that. And if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Do you know how long it would be before it would be available?
Oh, I meant to tell you that. So if with your approval, we would kick this project off in June with an expected go live in September.
I like everything about it except the annual cost, which is what again?
It's in here. It's $28,500.
$28,000 every year to maintain this. It's a lot.
It is.
Is that in addition to the price we already pay for the website?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it'll be of good use. I think letting our citizens, give them more power to report things. They can report things real easy, or they can report things right now as it is, but it's just not intuitive.
Right.
No.
And I think people feel better when they know that, hey, I'm reporting this, and I can see that it's being reported, and it's measurable. and that's important for, the integrity of what we do here. So.
And
Plus, it works with what you have already, so that's another plus, not having to keep adding on all these different things. So I like that.
Yeah.
We like that too.
And I think the feedback loop that you'll get out of with that combination of or latching into the work management system, because so often I hear people say, well, all it says is that my problem was closed, but I don't know what that means.
Right.
So I'm very much looking forward to our residents getting resolutions to that.
We'll make sure that happens.
And, and there's other things that I'm hoping that, we're able to kind of expose on this. I don't know how many times I answer questions, we had a holiday this week, is my trash delayed?
Yeah, right.
Right? These are simple questions that really, we should be able to communicate these very quickly to people so that they don't have to.
The trash question is one we kind of take a little personally around here. I mean, we try and cover all bases, so this will be, it will give us another avenue to get the information out. But if you're out there and it's on the website, we put it on the marquee.
Yep.
We
Facebook.
put it across the top of the website. I mean, we try and do as good a job. I think this will give us another tool to get those sorts of questions answered.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
I took notes. I'll make sure we address those things.
All right.
Either that or they just watch when the city manager puts his garbage
That's
cans
correct.
out.
That's correct. All my neighbors peep on me too.
But today's people are way more likely to look at a mobile app.
Yep.
It's going
Yes.
to push notifications to them than they are to go look at a website.
Yep.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep.
Or text me and ask me if their
Well,
trash
that's
is
even
delayed.
easier.
All right. That's the easiest thing to do. And apparently they figured that out. All right. I'll take a motion on this.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 23-R-1059 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Item 8D, consider and/or act on ordinance number 23-05-1313, amending the FY23 General Fund Finance Department budget by $64,300 for controller services during a finance department, a vacancy in the finance department.
Good evening, Mayor Council. This item is before you because you passed item 8B, part of this agenda. This appropriates the funding for that contract.
Why is the number different?
64,000 versus 63,000
By 100.
63.4 versus 64.3.
That's probably a transposition.
What's the correct number?
The 63,400 would be the correct number.
400.
We'll do the contract amount.
So what's in-
63,400.
Correct.
All right. I'll take a motion on this with the correct number.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 23-05-1313, amending the FY23 General Fund Finance Department budget by $63,400 for controller assistance during a vacancy in the finance department.
Second.
I have a motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. I cannot remember a name to save my life, but numbers, I never miss it. So, all right. Item E. Consider an act on ordinance number 23-05-1314, amending the FY23 IT Department General Fund budget by $17,000 to purchase a C-Click Fix software.
Mayor Council, this item comes before you. Item 8C passed by this body. The $17,000 will get us from when the contract is started until September 30th, and then at October 1st, it'll be $28,000 each year. So this impact does have a multi-year impact of approving this. And staff is available should you have any questions.
All right. I'll take a motion.
I move to approve ordinance number 23-05-1314, amending the FY23 IT Department General Fund budget by $17,000 to purchase C-Fix software.
Second.
I have a motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Shazad. All right. With that, we have no executive session items tonight. Item 11, future agenda meetings. Council members may request future topics for future agenda meetings. No member of the city council may discuss any of the requested subjects until such a matter has been properly placed on the agenda. Would anyone like to add an item on the agenda at this time?
Thank you. What we should push out to citizens to our Facebook page and make a communication plan.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
I wanted to put like a communication plan for what we would push out to the app or what we would push out to our Facebook page so people don't have to go look on the website or agendas to find what's going on.
That sounds like a work session, Mayor.
It does. I guess the question I would ask is, has staff had an opportunity to really look at how they would implement this site and take the time to kind of organize what they're going to port through it? I would like staff to have the time to do that.
Yeah.
And then at that point, they can come back with kind of a demo of what they're looking at for the site.
So to answer that aspect of the question, I could defer until Taylor, but I know that I haven't had my hands on that plan yet.
Taylor.
Even before the app, I think that we could talk about how we could communicate to our Facebook page with more things that council's doing. So
This does sound like a work session. Let's have a conversation around this.
Okay.
And we'll look about it. All right. All right. With that, I do want to welcome Laura Deal to council from the council as a whole. So welcome, and we're excited to work with you. All right. Anything else from anyone else? With that, we are adjourned 7:01.